This is Scott Ware with Radiance Magazine. I'm the publisher and editor, and today on this video cast, I have a very special guest. Her name is Starsinger, and she has developed an app you're gonna really enjoy trying. I've been using it for the last few weeks, and I love it for meditation, and I mean deep meditation. There are some interesting activations and things that are happening, and I'm glad I was able to get Starsinger on this podcast. Starsinger, thank you for being here.
Yes, of course, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I just want to say, so who you are, according to your website, you're a planetary priestess who works with illuminated souls to activate their highest potential. Starsinger knows you already carry the technology you need to become your future higher self in this lifetime. First initiated in Australia at the age of 19, Starsinger's traveled the globe collecting the keys and codes of ancient matrices. Did I say that right?
Matrices, yes.
Oh, matrices, okay, from 7 different lineages. This includes ordination in Huna on Maui, 13 moon planetary priestess work with Ariel Spilsbury, Druid white wizardry with the Grand Master lineage, and Lakota Sundance supporter for 5 years on Vancouver Island, supporting Chief White Cloud, and so much more. I just want to say, well, again, thank you for being here. And I just want to say one more thing about your app. It's just amazing. I've been mesmerized by it. And can you tell me what that app is about, what you wanted to accomplish in people when they're listening to it? It's so beautiful to listen to.
Yes, I can. The Planetary Lightworkers Technologies is, it is very advanced sound frequencies. And the light codes that come into each sound, each frequency, that, as you know yourself, because you've been working with them, are for a different purpose to adjust and harmonize and bring to homeostasis certain aspects of consciousness and the soul and the physical and the emotional bodies. That we all have many bodies, and the subtle frequencies that are coming through in these sounds are basically like tuning you as you listen to them through a very, very, very subtle light wave that is basically brought in from beyond the 12th dimension. And as you notice on the earth, there are 144 pyramids. So the sound waves, the light codes are brought in from above that plexus intelligence system, brought through the system of star energy that is being generated from the 144 pyramids around the earth. Okay. And then they come down through my hands into the keyboard and manifest as what you are hearing. So I know there's a lot of information, so answering your questions specifically is very difficult.
I agree. We'll break it down. I just want to say for the viewers, this app you can get on Android and iPhone?
Yes.
Okay. It's called Planetary Lightworkers Technologies. And there is a lot of free information. In fact, I'm very surprised you're very generous with how many free, I almost want to call them meditations, but I guess you'd also call them activations that you offer on it.
Yes, we give the whole Ruby level for free. I was guided from my higher self guidance system to bring in a whole level of free frequencies as both a way for people to experience the technology and a way for them to start to really attune themselves. Because the signal clearing, for instance, and the CSF reset, which are the first 2 frequencies that are given away free, we are bombarded by so many signals on every single dimension right now. The signal clearing, as you know, since you work with it, it will immediately start to go into all those bodies and clear those subtle signals out of your biofields, out of your morphogenetic field, out of your aura, out of your many bodies. It is, you know, this technology, as far as it being advanced, my guidance says that it has all of the machines that have been brought in to heal people right now. It has it all in the light codes of the sound. So it's quite miraculous. Radionics, for instance, it's in there.
Right.
You know, it's just all of it. It's all in those sounds when you really drop in with them. Like if you're just passively listening to it, it's not going to affect you as much as if you're really dropping in with it. You know what I'm saying?
I do, because I know on some of them you even give prompts of an intention to set. I think that's on some of the more advanced levels.
Yes, and with the plasma pyramids and the locations around the planet, the intention is always needed before you run the plasma.
Sure.
Because the plasma is very powerful.
I want to read from your website, the Planetary Lightworkers Technologies Crystal Star Tesseract app is a sacred lightworkers future technology that has been brought into the digital realm to assist all beings who would like to help the planet and humanity at this time through intentional master light work. This tool uses scalar frequencies to clear and shift mass energies on a vibrational level for the self and for the collective. And then it goes on. You know, at a certain level, it's also just very soothing. I just at a basic level, but yes, you know, setting intentions makes a big difference, and you actually feel something energizing and things at work. What do you want people to come away with when they experience different some of these different frequencies?
We would like people to begin to feel peace within their being. Because when people begin to feel peace, they will be able to act from a more intuitive place within them.
Yes.
So that is one of our main intentions with the frequencies, to help people feel like, oh, I just came home. I'm there. That's the place. That's the place I need to be. You know, so that is at the heart. You know, there's a lot of intentions behind this to evolve consciousness in those that are ready to awaken the 144,000 future avatars in the 13 different tribes around the globe. You know, there are a lot of intentions behind this technology.
Exactly. And I'm just some of the testimonials here about it. Really amazing app. Thank you so much. It feels great to know there's other like-minded souls that are experiencing the same thing as myself. Another one says, this app is essential for all light workers. Very impressed with the technical support and assistance. Love using the vitality and restore mitochondria frequencies. Great for resting and recovery for taking on the next day. Much gratitude. So people are just feeling good aside from shifting things inside of them. What's happening at the deeper levels besides just this, the feelings of peace? What's happening deeper?
At the deeper levels, if people are really tuning in to the frequencies, they will be starting to evolve in their brains. Because a lot of people do not use their full brain capacity. So the light codes that are coming in through the sound frequencies basically help people awaken to more of their brain capacity so that they will tune into more of their why they are here, divinity, principles, understanding, and activation. So immediately a lot of people are getting activated by this. As soon as they turn it on, they're like, oh my God, where's Starsinger? I've got to meet her. This is what I'm getting a lot of. People phoning me from out of the blue. Oh my God, I haven't seen you for 2 years. I'm like, well, nobody's seen me because this is what I've been doing.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing. I've listened to I've listened to Hearts of Space. I've listened to a lot of this kind of music, and I can say that you've captured some beautiful sounds, and just for on a purely enjoyment level, the craftsmanship is beautiful. I know you work with an engineer, but you wrote and composed all the music based on the downloads you've been receiving. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. I get given the intention of the frequency first from my higher guidance system, and then I set up a field, an energetic field of crystals and sanctified sacred space, and then I bring in the sound frequencies. Well, of course, I go through a series of searching for the right ones, which can also take a long time, but that's how it's done.
Okay. You are obviously very, very sensitive to receive all this information. You're very empathic, and probably other empaths will really resonate with this. What do you do? I mean, and you've been like this, I think, for a long period of time. Throughout most of your life, you've been very empathic.
Yes, I am a survivor of a near-death experience. So as you probably know, as most spiritual people know, there's different things that happen when you have a near-death experience. Some people talk to angels. Some people, see the other side. What happened in my situation basically is my consciousness went out and joined the one. So I've spent all of my life trying to come back in my body. So that's what this story is. And it's quite a long one. That could be an interview on its own. So sure. This is also why I'm so sensitive. And I've learned throughout the years how to open and close, how to, join the one consciousness and then come back into my own, and that's also what I teach as well in my classes. I've been guided to teach because I have a lot of rare tools that I've learned from my own healing process, which is wonderful.
Now, if people want to take classes from you, where can they find that information?
They would just contact me about a class through the website, through the Planetary Lightworkers Technology.
PlanetaryLightworkersTechnologies.com.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
And now, I have to ask, I have to ask about the blue.
Oh, yes, everybody asks about the blue.
Of course.
When I was young, I was very, going through all the festival scene and everything like this. I just basically painted myself blue one day. And, I'm from Canada, so I don't know anything about the Blue Man Group, or at that point I didn't. And it just became such a comfortable feeling. Also, in my Lakota teachings and in Native traditions, there's what they call painted face. Is when you paint your face, it's basically a form of self-expression for one reason or another. Again, very intentional. Like when the war paint would be put on the face, it was when they were going to war. Or there's different paints like marriage paint. There's different types of painting. But this just became like I was bringing forward my true self through the self-expression of the paint. So yeah, and I always just did it every time I performed or went out, I just started to do it. And it always felt good.
A part of me I didn't want to ask. I mean, I've talked to you a few times, but I didn't want to ask because it's like, well, it's how you want to express yourself. I can accept that. And maybe the day will come when many of us will do that sort of thing and nobody will ask. But I felt right now in this day and age, it's a fair question.
Yeah, well, also, I am a Palladian incarnate. I am a soul person.
Right.
And this also ties into my, Native teachings. A lot of Native tribes and people know that we come from the stars. They know that human beings are star beings, many of them.
Yes.
There's deep stories and many things being unveiled right now about all that. I am not a firm believer in UFOs and things like this.
You're not?
No, I don't believe, at least my people, we don't need a metal ship to fly around.
Correct. Sure.
You know, so I don't know what all these other things are that people are following as far as aliens and this whole, you know, big disclosure thing. I'm really not into it myself, because for me and for my teachings and what I am shown is that it is very simple. The light and God and the divinity and the holy place which we all come from, it is a very simple energetic signature. And it doesn't have a big show around it. It is very warm. You feel comfortable right away. You have no question where the source comes from. That is also what everyone is feeling in my technology and in these sound frequencies. They have no question that they are home. They have no question that they are finding something within themselves that is very, very special and is them. So,
yes.
you know, as I went far away there in the you know, Palladian energy that I carry, but it's important that people know that it doesn't come from out there. You know, it's important that people know that it comes from within here.
Okay, well, that leads me to my next question then, because you say on your website, this golden interstellar plexus intelligence system accesses divine star plasma from throughout our galaxy and transfers it to this digital tool used with your intention. So there is something coming from outside us.
Yes. Yes, there is. But if you put a mirror above the earth, and if you visualize everything as a mirror, what is above is stars.
Okay.
And what is below is mostly water, right?
Sure, right.
With some landmass. So you turn that around and the water is above and the stars are underneath.
Yes.
So this is a very complicated thing. And this is where, you know, it goes into a lot of science that I have an assistant that is also on the website. Her name is Amber Ortega. She's been working on the scientific level with us for 5 years on this project, because there is science underneath the spiritual energy that is coming in.
Absolutely.
There is a lot of science. So these ley lines that people say are all over the planet are also in the sky. And we can call them, you know, star lines or sky lines, or some people, you know, call them dragon lines.
Okay.
They are basically a reflection of the ley lines that are on the planet, and it all works as one system.
Okay.
So it's a little complicated going into that. But what I will say is everything comes into the core of the crystal, which is in the center of planet Earth. The plasma, everything from the intelligence system that you just spoke about, all goes into the core of the center of the Earth. And the Earth herself, as a sentient being, sends this with your intention to either places or people.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to do tutorial videos about how to use the plasma, because as I said in the beginning of our conversation, which wasn't recorded, it is about timing this this technology and how it's manifesting in the public. It is about timing.
Yeah. Well, and I'm just looking at the part that you offer for free, which is quite a bit, the benefits of listening. You have EMF signal clearing, cerebral spinal fluid reset, rest and relaxation, agreement field clearing. What is agreement field clearing?
Excuse me.
Sure.
Agreement field is an interesting subconscious field that people have.
Okay.
So the agreement field clearing helps you, like say you have an old partner that
Mhm.
keeps on running. You keep running the same story with, and you're just like, oh, I don't want to run this story anymore.
Right.
Agreement field clearing. Go ahead and press that. Say you keep doing something over and over again that you just don't want to do. Somewhere in your mind, in your reality, in your holographic field, you have created an agreement field to give permission for that to happen. So
Okay.
what the agreement field does with your intention, the agreement field clearing will go into that with the light codes and clear that out of your holographic field.
Okay. Awesome. And prosperity hearth.
That is like, you know, the hearth in a home is the
Oh,
fireplace. It
yeah.
is like the center of your energy matrix around finance,
Abundance. Sure.
prosperity, and abundance. Yeah.
Okay. And I assume it raises that vibration, because I see raised vibration as a separate category as well.
Yes, raised vibration is used just to, you know, you can even play that when you're at the bank or at the wherever you are. You can play it. It'll start to raise the vibration of everybody within the field.
Starsinger, do you still go to the bank? You don't bank online? I'm
Well, we
teasing.
just had a power outage, so I had to go to the bank.
That's true. Yeah, in California. And a 5D light shield. Talk about what we're doing in 5D with that.
Okay, so the 5D light shield is in place in the Ruby level and given away for free to help people actually raise their vibration into 5D, and that's why raise your vibration is right before that in the listing.
Sure.
So also the 5D shield basically is created with your Merkaba field, which many people are aware of. It is a field of consciousness that basically activates around you and helps you to sustain a certain vibration. So, you know, this is very helpful for people that are, you know, it's very helpful for everyone to help to lift up into that non-duality state of consciousness.
Yes.
Because that's where everyone wants to go. Everyone wants to be in 5D. And this is an important fact that I'd like to say. I'm getting into this interview now. I don't do them much, but I'm feeling that it will really help people to understand, you know, the 3D and the 5D, there's a lot talked about. There's a lot spoken about 3D and 5D, but rarely people will speak about the 4D. Right. So the 4D is actually the bridge that you need in order to get to 5D. So it's kind of like people are missing that step and just going, oh, let's just leap over to 5D. Well, in order to get there, you have to deal with all these vibrations of consciousness that have been stuck both in the collective field and your field from birth. So in order to get there, and guess what that is? That is the fourth dimension. Can
you go back a little bit and just talk about the difference for beginners? What is 3D versus 5D? What's the difference there? And why do we want to be in 5D?
Well, you know, I suppose the Celestian Prophecy was a very, very, very good book. It was written many years ago. And it's kind of like that. So if we actually all rose up into 5D and 8D, we would not be able to maintain our bodies at this time until the Earth herself raises 5D. We can all raise with her, and that's what's happening. The Earth herself is raising up into 5D, so all of us are raising up into 5D.
Yes.
3D is everything, material realm and our physical bodies. Everything that is as you see it is 3D. Concrete, the table, the computer, this is all 3D. But what happens is as you evolve, you start to see into all the other realms and other dimensions, and those are all different dimensions. And, you know, Sai Baba, these miracle gurus that could manifest things from other realms within an instant, that's how they did it. They basically their frequency became so pristine that they were able to reach up and grab a gold chain from another dimension and bring it into 3D.
Right.
So this is you know, some people would call it miracles or magic, but really it is all about frequency. Because when you tune yourself to a certain frequency, then you tune all that is around you, and you can, when you start to see the different frequencies and the different dimensions, that's when you can actually tune into those frequencies and accomplish miracles. You know,
Manifest.
and that is why frequency is so important, because people think that they know. They think they know, oh yeah, frequency. But do you really understand that your organs and cells are vibrating at a certain frequency right now? Like, that is the miracle. And when those frequencies drop or fall, that is when sickness occurs in the body. So if you go into that area with that's why this tool is so miraculous. You can go into that area of your body with the plasma wave, and you can raise the frequency of that whole area of your cellular structure, and immediately it will start to heal, because it's all about frequency. And when you find the frequency that everything is vibrating in, then it's like a key. You got the key. It's there. It's like that golden key that can open anything, is that frequency.
And that's because you've been so sensitive that you've been able to take these frequencies in, bring them through to the music. The music's coming through with all these codes and healing activations. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, and you can feel it when you listen to it. I mean, I hope everyone goes and finds this app, Planetary Lightworkers Technologies, and gives it a try. I mean, it's free to try, and there's quite a bit of free meditations on there.
Yes, I really do too. It is our goal that 1 million people download the Ruby level in 2020. So please feel free, everybody, you know, at least experience it. There's no, you know, it's such a blessing just to feel. And, you know, even the other levels, you know, it's very inexpensive for what it is.
Yeah, the next level I think is $22. The next one's $33. And I think it's in that one. I wanted to ask you about that, because I listened to the whole thing, and quite a bit of it was, I would say, divine feminine oriented. You have womb empowerment, primordial water. Well, maybe just that one. But would you say that there was, and then a lot of them were named after feminine aspects?
So yes, the Seven Sisters prophecy I have been a guardian of on the planet since I was 19 years old. When I was in Maui, one of my initiations I received, you know, consciousness about the divine feminine coming into balance on the planet. And the Seven Sisters prophecy worked through me as a conduit to bring women together on stages for over 20 years. And that was the first part of the prophecy. And now, as you see all over the world, women are coming together dressed in white everywhere, because of the light codes that were delivered, partially because of my service to humanity with Seven Sisters, to bring those Elohim pillars of consciousness into the planet through that conduit, which was a stage performance. So this part of the Seven Sisters prophecy, which is the technology, is basically another level of the same divine feminine nurturing consciousness that is going to help restore and bring planet Earth into its ascension. So when I say divine feminine consciousness, it is a principle.
Sure.
It's not about masculine or feminine. It is a principle about a frequency, precisely.
And something that's been missing from our society for a while.
And oppressed. Yes. Yes.
Okay. But it's rising on the planet now, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is. And it will continue to rise in both men and women, because it's a principle.
It's a principle that it looks like is illustrated. You have one called, where is it? Divine Union. Can you talk about that?
Yes, this is a frequency I brought forward for the twin flame consciousness on planet Earth. So this was basically brought forward so that the conflict in the twin flame energy matrix would be resolved, because there are a lot of controversial stories about how twin flames always have conflict and all this different thing, that when they come together, you know, it is true that twin flames can potentially hold the highest resonance of a conscious couple for planet Earth. And when I say couple, it again, regardless of the body, it can be two friends, it can be a mother and daughter, it can be it doesn't matter the
Sure.
gender or the type of relationship.
Right.
So the divine union frequency is basically to harmonize and align the twin flame current on planet Earth.
Beautiful. Well, I fell asleep a few times through some of them. Is that okay? Am I still getting the effects?
Oh yes, you will get, yes, if you are falling to sleep, that means your soul, you're integrating on a very deep level the light codes. And when you wake up, you might be like inspired to do something you haven't done before, or, you know, it's very good when you go to sleep, because you're in a receptive state for everything to just come in.
Okay. And have you released the final level yet?
The final level will not be released yet. No. It is a whole new interview, as we are advancing the technology very much. So what we would like to see everyone do is work with the first three levels. Get to know how the plasma pyramids work. What happens if I start 7 plasma pyramids at once, running in 7 different locations? This is very advanced to help clear the collective of certain things. So if you run 7 pyramids in America, for instance, and with your intention of peace, amplifying peace and joy and love, you run those pyramids, you're going to feel a difference.
I have a really big question for you, Starsinger.
Okay. I'm ready.
What kind of world do you envision we will have when people go through these initiations and through these frequencies? What will that world look like? What do you envision?
Unfortunately, we haven't come through duality consciousness yet. So I can tell you what will occur in the future, in the next couple of years, through this technology, and many others to come. This is already birthing, the light codes are already birthing other technologies that people will be creating. But back to your question, this is what we foresee happening. All the light workers, all the people who are really, really in their hearts about helping humanity, being in service, being giving instead of taking, being loving and kind and helping, all of those people are going to raise together and start raising more and more, communicating more and more, having more community, having more interaction with one another, more collective union, more collective work, more collective union. On the other hand, for the other half of the world, and for those that have chosen to be in the darkness or stay there in deception, all these lower vibrational frequencies, they are going to be in constant purification for the next many years to come until they surrender. So this is like the violet flame consciousness. If you're ready to purify it, you just go through it. You're like, okay, let me go through this and get to the next plateau of consciousness, and then pop you there.
Right.
But anyone who is like, no, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay deceptive. I'm going to stay greedy. I'm going to stay doing everything for me, not anything for anybody else. I'm going to stay in this consciousness. They are going to be drilled. I'm sorry, but the light and the dark cannot exist together. What is going to happen is that the light is going to help the duality pop into one, like the dark crystal. So what is missing? You know Jim Henson's movie, The Dark Crystal?
Of
That
course, yes.
crystal shard, you know, I don't speak from a place of ego, but I really feel that these frequencies are part of that crystal shard that are going to go into that crystal and unify the crystal to become one consciousness. So the duality, the battle will no longer be. The duality will no longer be. The light will
win.
win.
But it sounds like it's going to be an uncomfortable process for many.
For some, yes. Anyone who's not willing to surrender right now. In this present moment. Because, and the reason for this is that everyone is still stuck in the old paradigm. And that is also why it's uncomfortable for many right now. Because they're going, oh, but this is what I knew how to do. This is what I was supposed to be doing. Like this is what I taught how to do.
Hard to let go.
Yeah, and everybody is in that. So until they go, whoa, I got to let that go and be here in the present moment. What am I receiving right now? Oh, I'm actually being told something different than what I was told then.
Yes.
Yes. Ashe. So these light codes and these frequencies that everyone can have for free for the first level are basically going to help people get up into that vibration of like, okay, what do I do? You know, how do I really help this? And yes, I'm turned on. And yes, I want to be in service to this whole thing. Like, how can I help? Anyway, I'm starting to get excited because I'm feeling your audience, Scott. I'm feeling this radiance, you know, that you hold as very, very beautiful, you know, and I feel that is also why we are doing this interview. Because when you say I am only attracting the highest vibration of love and light beings into my field, then that's all you get. So thank you for finding me.
Thank you too. Yes, it was Maria, as you know, we're both taking.
Yes, Maria. Thank you, Maria. Yes.
So what haven't I asked you that you wish I had? What do you want else do you want people to know about this app?
I want people to know that they have been limited by everything they have been taught in their mind. And once they open up their perception and the field of awareness begins to open within them, they will tap into the limitless consciousness that is beyond the mind. And that is what these sound frequencies, even passively, are going to help people do. Because everyone has a limitless consciousness within them. It's just we've been told, no, you can't. We've been told, you do not have that. No, you have to do this. And if you don't do this, then this and this and this is going to happen. So we have a mind program running all the time that tells us what to do every day. So this technology comes in there, resets your whole system within the first 3 minutes, and then you're in peace, you're in centered awareness, and you're going, oh, what did I have to do?
Exactly. Yeah.
I have to be limitless. Right now, I have to be limitless.
And that's amazing. That's an amazing gift. I mean, for people to be free of those kinds of limits from listening to this, from listening to it with intention, is amazing. And I can say it was almost like coming out of a Reiki session where you feel a little, you know, discombobulated and you're not quite sure where you are, or you feel different and you know things are working and settling. And then I also feel grounded. So it's just a beautiful app. I mean, I can feel and hear all the hard work that went into it. I know, like you said, you've spent a couple of years getting to this point, right?
Yes, it was visioned for many years, but it's been a whole solid year. We've been actually in the studios designing it and bringing it through. Yeah.
You can really tell when you listen to it that so much went into it, and yeah, thank you for it. It's a wonderful gift to the world, and people will see that when they listen to it.
I'm so happy that many people will see this, and you know, through our characters, they will see and want to listen, at least to give it a try.
That's true. We are characters, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Well, it's fun.
Yeah, it is. And by the way, you said a few times, I just want to remember, you said we are. When you refer to yourself, what do you mean when you say we?
Well, if I say we, that means I'm tapping into the higher collective that I walk with.
Yes.
So it's not like I'm talking about two people. I'm talking about a we, you know, the grand we. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, the we that we are all going towards. At least those of us that are, you know, doing the work and going towards it. Yeah.
Doing the work. Yes.
Yes. Yes, it is work, you know, but the great thing about this technology is it's not that hard, really. We've done a lot of the work for people, so you just have to put on your headphones, you know, get into it. When we start to deliver more information about the plasma pyramids, then it will be more work for people.
Sure.
But yeah. Okay.
Well, Starsinger, thank you very much for being here. Your website is planetarylightworkerstechnologies.com.
Yes.
And they can also find the app on their iPhones or Droids, and it's under the same name, Planetary Lightworkers Technologies. Thank you again for being here. This has been a lot of fun.
Yes, it's been wonderful. Thank you, Scott.
Okay. And for more information about Radiance, go to radiancemagazine.org, and thank you for watching.